Hi, I'm Christy. I want to talk to you today about obtaining a diagnosis for SPD, or sensory processing disorder. I do need to remind you that I'm not a medical professional. This is not meant to treat or diagnose. It is for informational purposes only. Now that we've read through the list of potential symptoms and you've looked at your loved one and you're thinking, yeah, this is a possibility. So now you're probably wondering, well, how do I go about getting a formal diagnosis? BrightThots.com has an article, and they say that usually it's an OT or an occupational therapist or a PT, a physical therapist, who will do an evaluation and give the diagnosis. However, other research that I said and my own personal experiences said that it's almost exclusively OTs or occupational therapists who deal with the sensory issues. SPDstar.org recommends an evaluation by an OT with training specifically in sensory issues. And obviously this is a major benefit and it makes a lot of sense to me. That article also provides a list of standardized tests that may be used to help the therapist reach a diagnosis. You can find links to these articles on my website at www.havenofhopeforme.com. The post originally posted in December of 2017. These articles, or I should also mention that sinetwork.org also has an article explaining the process of getting a diagnosis. These articles include what may be or different options that can be included in the initial evaluation process. They include things like standardized tests, structured clinical observations, including but not limited to things like responses to sensory stimulations, posture, balance, coordination, eye movements, these kinds of things. The initial evaluation can also include health and physical evaluation, a speech and language evaluation, psychological evaluation, parental evaluation, meaning the parents will fill out questionnaires and things like that. A lot of times they will also attempt to rule out other diagnoses like ADHD or autism or an anxiety disorder. Then they'll also look at other red flags that indicate that they may need further testing or treatment. And based on the results of all of these, they will put together a report that gives the results, and this report will be given to the parents, and then they'll have recommendations for treatment from there. It is possible for a whole team to be involved. If you've got all of these different pieces coming in, then it would be more than just the OT that would be doing the evaluations. And so the whole team will contribute to the final report. SensoryProcessingDisorder.com has a very thorough article that talks about the process and what to expect. They also include potential insurance issues and how to work in and around those issues. When it's actually time for the evaluation, there may be several issues, when to get the evaluation. And you may see issues while a child is still pretty young. It is possible to be diagnosed before they're the preschool age. So this could qualify them for early intervention services if they're 0 to 3, which is what most states will do, early intervention, and a lot of those services have the possibility of being done in the home. Once they turn 3, it's likely that they will move to the school district and become the responsibility of the school district and go to a preschool program at a local school. Sensory issues alone may not qualify a child for services, but the evaluation may bring up other issues that could qualify them for services through these programs. Other times, there may be an injury or some other traumatic event that will result in sensory issues becoming part of the issue. And so at that point, I would recommend getting an evaluation as soon as you see the issues and you recognize that these are regular occurrences. What I've found and what I've heard is that the sooner that you can get intervention and the sooner you can get into treatment, the better the results are likely to be. But regardless of when the evaluation happens, I do hope that you find the answers that you need and the help that you need to make progress for your loved one. And as you seek these answers and as you find them, I hope that you can agree with me that life is good and there is never a dull moment.